My name is Alexandra Beels, and thank you for taking the time to listen to my video. So Michelle had sent some 3 questions over that you guys would like to know. Philosophy and why I wanted to become a teacher, how I'm going to develop students, middle school students, and personal and professional characteristics. So I'm going to quickly go through those, hopefully less than 5 minutes. Um, so anyway, so my philosophy as an educator is to make sure that a difference is made in all of my students' lives. It's not a goal of mine to make sure that all of my students enjoy science. It's more to instill the confidence and help them realize that they have potential to do anything that they want. To me, teaching means that I'm showing students different ways of growing into their own individuality and helping them along the way. Teaching science is my approach for nurturing my students' imaginative skills and their working skills. And so I really enjoy encouraging students to think outside the box and wonder about everything. I try to make things as hands-on as possible so that it creates an enjoyable and rewarding experience for my students, so that they can go home and talk to their parents and be like, look what I learned in science today, because um, that's always the best feeling at parent-teacher conferences when a teacher or when a parent comes up to you and is like, my student never used to talk about science and now they're coming home talking about science. I also really try to bring in real world examples of what's going on, so that they can take what they're learning in the classroom and apply it outside or see how everything connects, because I think that that's just as important. So, that being said, the reason that I would like to teach in East Grand Rapids public schools is because I feel as though I would be provided the freedom um, to provide differentiated learning experiences for all of my students and make sure that they're growing in such a way to be successful within the community. When I first started college, I did not want to be an educator. A good portion of my family are all teachers. I thought I wanted to be a doctor, and about halfway through, about a year and a half through that major, I realized that human biology was not for me. And so I went and talked to one of the counselors, and she suggested education. And so when I went and I took one of the courses, I absolutely fell in love with how the brain develops and how we as adults can influence such young minds at a crazy young age. And this made me think about all of the educators that I have come into contact with in my life. And one in particular, an English teacher, she had a huge impact on me. And not only am I, like, I'm not teaching English, but I know that I'm making a difference. And that's what my English teacher instilled in me. And I want to instill that in my students. Um, so I know that not all students enjoy science, and that's fine. Especially after teaching high school, I recognize that a lot of my high school students had come in and they're like, I hate science. I'm not going to enjoy biology. So a goal for me for middle school students' development is to keep the flame going slash reignite the idea of science and reignite the idea of learning so that when they reach high school, they're not completely shut off from science or completely shut off from the idea of learning. I want my middle school students to develop the skills to think for themselves and challenge what they see and not be afraid to challenge each other. Some personal and professional characteristics that make me the best candidate for this position is that I'm a highly caring person. I want everybody that I come into contact with to know that I care for them and that I'll help or collaborate in any sort of way that I possibly can, which is an upside and a downside because I put others first before myself. Um, but professionally, it helps me because it forces me to collaborate more and be organized and communicate. And I feel that without collaboration and communication to create these relationships within a school between coworkers, parents, and students, it's going to be really difficult to accomplish anything. So, anyway, thank you for taking the time to listen to and watch my video. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, either phone or email. Thanks.